Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today, we're going to be talking about poison ivy. Now, I also have it on this 3 pack, and what's different about the two is this one has the theatrical and the unrated. The triple pack, which we're going to be touching on for some other movies this month, only has the unrated. So, Joe and I decided to watch the unrated cut, which I don't know that I had ever seen. Now, my history with this film is is a lot. I used to watch this quite a bit when it first came out. First of all, I had a huge crush on Drew Barrymore, and I'm a huge fan of the show Roseanne. So, with this having Sarah Gilbert in it as one of the main characters as well, um, I just was a big fan of this movie, and I watched it quite a bit. Now, as I said, Joe and I watched the unrated cut, and that's going to play into a little bit of the controversy, but not a whole lot. So let's talk about the controversy. First of all, Drew Barrymore was 16 when she was in this film. Now, does this film show nudity? In the unrated part, a little bit. You do see her shirt is wet, and you do see her top. And Tom Skerritt, who plays the father of Sarah Gilbert, does have relations with her in the rain. And he starts to lift up her shirt. So you have that with the fact that she is 16. Now, the shirt does not come off, and you don't see the full breast. Is that really important? Not really, because from what I understand from the Thehorrorman, and he and I talking about this, she actually did do a photo shoot, a nude photo shoot when she was 16. And I thought about that for a while, and again was talking to Joe while this movie was on. And I do remember her being emancipated from her parents. So she could pretty much do whatever she wanted. Now, I don't recall whether the photo shoot was before or after the film, but those both happened when she was 16. Her first time doing nudity, actual full nudity, not full frontal, but topless and all that, is when she was 17. In another movie that we'll probably be taking a look at somewhere down the line. A movie called Doppelganger. But why is this movie controversial? Well, it's billed as an erotic thriller, like the rest of the Poison Ivy films. There's 4 of them. And Scream Factory did put out a box set, which I'm glad I didn't get. And I'll explain in other videos. But the simple fact that she is 16 in the movie and 16 in real life, and they're showing her having physical relations with Tom Skerritt, who was probably late 40s at the time, mid to late 40s. So that really is a huge controversy for this movie, and it's played off really well. Now, back then, not that much of a big deal. I mean, it's only a movie, right? I don't think a lot of people knew that she was only 16. But now, with the cancel culture we have now, this movie would not fly. Any exposing of any part of her would have been called child abuse and would have probably been canceled on the spot. I always liked this film, like I said, because it had 2 characters that I was very interested in. Of course, this was in early 90s or late 90s. So I was much younger, And I always thought that Drew Barrymore was very attractive. And like I said, I'm a big fan of Roseanne. So I like Sarah Gilbert's character in Roseanne. And she does basically play the same character in Poison Ivy. Only in Roseanne, if you're familiar with it, they are basically a normal family, or not even a middle class family, struggling to make it from week to week. In Poison Ivy, her father is rich, and she constantly lies not only about her father being her real father, but about her mother. She claims she's adopted and that her mother is dying from emphysema, and so on and so forth. Some are lies, some aren't. She lies about her ethnicity, about herself being half black. So, a lot of things in this movie would not fly today in today's cancel culture where everyone is so uptight. But I have always liked this movie, and it was a nice bit of nostalgia for Joe and I to watch this and talk because we both watched it when it first came out quite a bit. I didn't see it in the theaters. I waited until it came out on VHS as well. I'm sure Joe did as well. And we both watched it a lot when it first came out because we were basically interested in the same things. So check this one out. If I won't say underage nudity, but if the aspect of um, what people would consider now child abuse bothers you, then I wouldn't check this one out. Like Joe says, we watch them so you don't have to. But I would check it out if you're still of the old mentality where it's only a movie, because that's really what this is, only a movie. Don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view for Poison Ivy. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.